Okay, everybody, I believe we are live. How you doing? How is everybody freaking doing here? Just in case you were wondering, I put one of the guitars back because again, people were saying, "Hey, Greg, I'm getting distracted." So we'll try one. If you guys really want the other one, I'll put that back too. Anyway, post-market wrap up on this Thursday, December 7th, Pearl Harbor Day. Uh, you want to go there? You want to talk about that? 82 years ago, the United States was thrust deliberately, of course, into a conflict here, which actually did help finally the economy get out of the depression. That's really the truth. That was the key to getting the economy out of the depression. It's what they always do, people. You know that. Anyway, so did I say? Yeah, of course. Post market wrap up. We have a lot to talk about, and let's start off with the market. So little gains today. The Dow put on like 0.18%. The S&P 500 about 0.8. The Nasdaq was the biggest winner at 1.37. Why? Why did the Is it just, well, there's a lot of reasons behind it, but the main reason with tech here, and you know this already, I've told you this, very interest rate yield sensitive here. So, this issue, this now screaming bull market in debt, absolutely engineered here by the Federal Reserve buying it all. Yeah, that's the mechanism. It's working. And, it's kind of interesting. The video I did this morning, all right, the title, this thing is coming apart. People immediately, I don't know why, I guess it's the way their brains have been programmed by the tell lie vision. They automatically think of the market. No, I have said over and over and over and freaking over again, the market's going higher. Okay, the market right now is consolidating. We need to see this market give some back. I'll be honest with you. It's gone straight up now. What, for 2 months? Over 2 months now. A lot of debt's being bought. That you know how it works. It's keeping that doorway open for cash to make its way into risk assets, or in this case, I'm talking about equities. So all of these people here, again, you see how they comment, "Oh, Greg's calling for a market crash again." Duh. They don't even watch the videos. I mean, they have nothing better to do with their lives. It makes me laugh. Their jealousy is seething. They can't stand that I'm out here at all. And I'm trying to help these people too. Anyway, with that said, it's kind of interesting. So really nothing major today in the market. As a matter of fact, nothing. Gold and silver, fractional loss, fractional gain for crude oil. Cryptos didn't do too much. Nothing. But we did get some interesting economic news here on this lovely Pearl Harbor Day. I mean, look. So initial jobless claims came in, of course, higher than expected. Nobody saw this one coming. Duh. Can I get a duh? Yeah, of course, we all did. And then we got this other issue here. And I despise the way it's played up by the propaganda ministry. They're talking about consumer credit. Notice the word here, consumer credit. It's consumer debt. Credit, debt, same thing. But people are continuing to bury themselves in more debt, trying to maintain the illusion, again, as you and I have covered for, I don't even know how long, of a middle-class existence as they're being pushed down deliberately to the lower rung of society. It's an incredible thing to see. And again, it's propaganda. It's all the same story. Oh, consumers, they're spending. But again, in the same breath, they're not telling you, and they won't tell you. It's very hard, honestly. In fact, almost impossible, or nearly freaking possible, to sit there and watch CNBC, Bloomberg, Fox Business, and them to tell you any shred of truth. For example, debt defaults rising across the board, skyrocketing, as a matter of fact, business closures at their highest rate since the scandemic, since the financial crisis. We're in a financial crisis right now, and that financial crisis is just festering. It's festering in a pool of just dung that is getting heated up and boiling and stinking up the entire place. Period. The end. But again, so the economy, as we all know, it's over. Clear. It's just done. And people are going to continue to borrow. and borrow, marching themselves right into debt slavery, more so than they've ever been before. And it's not going to stop. Um, any jobs that are being created, they're low paying. You know, you can't even step, even if you are a person with a freaking MD, PhD, Nobel laureate, it's kind of difficult for you to get a high paying job these days or whatever it might be. Yeah, sure. Well, and people are working multiple jobs too. One, I know several people personally who go from one full-time job to another full-time job because they can't make ends meet. Anyway, that's just the way it is. But again, everything is beautiful and it's fantastic. You can't make this stuff up. So with the market, anyway, look, massive effort to keep it propped up, a lot of debt buying here. And I believe with all I got that they're not done. And I've been telling you this for I don't know how freaking long. They're going to buy more debt. You're going to the MMRI, Mannarino Market Risk Indicator. Can someone tell me what it is right now? It's in like 260 something right now, around there. It's going below 250. All right. And maybe even much lower than that moving forward. Wait until next year. Next year, we are going to see it's 267. Thank you. 299? No, I don't think it's 299. 266, 267. Thank you, Magic Baker. That sounds about right. It's definitely not 299. But anyway, this you and I again, I believe this with all I got. We haven't seen anything yet with regard to the propping up of the stock market, the illusion of the market. You know how powerful that is. Okay. It's an awesome manipulation or a manipulative tool that is used. It's one of the Federal's used tools. They have a lot of tools in their toolbox. Yeah, by rigging the market, by fostering this fake environment, creating distortions all over the place here. Look, we'll address some of these questions later, but should you buy calls? Calls on what? On an index? Look, you want to play that game, you can, but you got to understand, if you're buying calls here, you're fighting a lot. I do believe it's going much higher. Okay. But the timing here, you got to nail the timing. When you're buying an option, okay, let's talk about this a little bit. When you're buying an option, not selling calls and or puts. Cass, thank you. Appreciate that. When you're buying an option, which is derivative here, it's extremely time sensitive here. You're immediately fighting time decay. For example, even if the market trades sideways or even goes higher, but very, very slowly, you will lose money. You need a big move to happen in a very short period of time. And you got to be on top of it. And I mean on top of your computer, like married to it. I don't know. It's definitely not. I did it for years. And you could do really well, but you got to be so freaking on top of it. And you got to be willing to accept losses. You got to know how to hedge these things. It's a big deal. It's not just as simple as buying a call and or put, expecting the market to make a specific direction. I think the much better way to play this would be selling options onto the market. And it's a huge thing. People look, do your own research on this. Anyway, a couple of other things I wanted to bring up. Now, with Bitcoin, all right, we're watching a hell of a run up here. Most of you know I pulled profit here. I left my initial investment, pulled all of my profit out of Bitcoin, 38,000 and change or so. There is a unbelievable amount of bullishness right now going on with Bitcoin, and that tells me this is due for a drop. Whenever there's euphoria, all right, generally it ends badly for people. There's too many people on one side of the trade. So I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I would be looking for that right now, looking for a pullback. This, like everything else, you get up, you get this euphoric move, and then everyone gets in here, and then all of a sudden, whammo, and then people's heads start spinning around like the Exorcist because they don't know what's going on. So just be really careful here. All right, FOMO, fear of missing out. It makes people do things that they normally wouldn't do. You got to keep a level head always. All right. And look for things like that. I don't care what asset you might want to get involved in, but if there is an extreme amount of, let's say, bearishness, People they think it's going lower. It's going to go so much lower. All of a sudden, bam! You get it's always like that. It That's why it's always good to play counter of what people are thinking. The crowd is invariably wrong. When people are extremely bullish, it's then you need to get bearish, and vice versa. These are all little tidbits of information for you traders out here. And I know I'm probably preaching to the crowd with regard to my lions who get this, they understand this. And I put out so much free material with regard to trading and how to take advantage of this stuff here. But, that kind of a business, you're always going to learn. And you're going to learn what not to do. And even though you're going to make that same mistake repeatedly, after a while, you'll get it. Anyway, with this, like I was saying again, look, the market, in my opinion, is setting up for another move higher, and I mean a big one. All right, suppressed rates, as long as they keep this going, as long as the Fed is in here buying all the debt, which they're going to, the dollar, weakening the dollar, or at least keeping it where it is. The dollar fell under pressure today, 0.56%, something like that. I'm referring to their relative strength of the dollar. If they play this game, the market's going up. And then again, there's issue with crude oil, with contango, wango tango, whatever the freak is going on, and wild, and I mean wild, speculation as to what's going to happen with OPEC. OPEC is a criminal organization. Jeffrey knows it. Thank you. Lava knows it. Magic Mika knows it. All my friends know it. OPEC is a criminal organization of the highest order. And they're going to rig the market. They're going to play their own games, and they're going to laugh with their nice outfits on. I can't stand those outfits that they wear. I just don't like them. Okay, look, I'm not a hater or anything like that. I just don't like those outfits they wear. I'm talking about the Saudi prince thing, another creature, whatever it is over there. Yeah, central banks, OPEC, they're all the same team. It's a rigged game, and they rig it against us all. I think we're pretty much on the same page with this whole thing anyway. Like I said, not really too much going on today. Oh, actually, something really important. So on top of this issue with initial jobless claims, another leading indicator is pointing towards this economy, doing a lot worse off. We had, if you recall, I think it was yesterday, they were talking about business spending. If businesses are not spending cash to grow, that's a very bad sign moving forward, a leading indicator. So business investment is a leading indicator. If businesses are not investing in themselves, in inventory or whatever it might be, they are predicting, and more than likely, rightly so, at least in this environment, that things are going to get a lot worse off. Now here, today, we got wholesale inventory numbers, which came down more than expected. So there's another leading indicator for you. All right. Again, this whole thing is coming apart, not the market. The stock market is being propped up, and then propped up on top of that even more. But that's opportunity for you and me. Understanding what we need to do, staying ahead of the curve here, trading lightly, and at the same time, looking for opportunities to, in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, you're entitled to this on your own too, getting longer commodities for the longer run. Look, I do not, in case you haven't noticed, make short-term price predictions on anything. All right. I'm a macro guy. Most of you know that. All right. Meaning I look at the big picture, and I try to think about or ponder or speculate as to what the most likely outcomes are going to be longer term. It's the place to be. In the short run, any freaking thing can happen. Any freaking thing. Like, for example, crude oil. It's going up. It's going much higher, in my opinion. In the short run, look what happened here. Did we know we were going to get episodes of Wango Tango? Of course not. But, you got what's causing this is, again, speculation that the future price of crude is going up. So when you have the futures market being bid up, it drives down the spot price, or the price that you can get it at right now. And then you get this issue of crude oil falling to the floor. But it's all on, again, speculation that the futures price is going up. You understand? I hope you do. All right, people, look, this is getting kind of long, and I got to get out of here. I am going drag racing, in case you don't know. I got to put my fire suit on, my helmet, my neck brace, my gloves, the whole stuff. And I'm looking forward to that. I'm running the Copo tonight. This is going to be recorded by Andrew on the Tesla Plaid channel. Yo, mammy. Yeah, we'll see about that. Probably everything's going to be tokenized. Absolutely. Be a side bet. They're going to turn this whole thing into a circus of side bets. Tokenized side bets. And the token is only a derivative. You understand that, right? The token, this tokenized system, each token is going to represent something else. Does that sound familiar to you? Yes. That's how derivatives work. You buy an option. Okay, an option is a derivative. It doesn't represent the actual asset. It derives value. The option derives value from the underlying asset. You understand? Same thing. So this whole thing is going to be the whole derivative market is going to get even crazier than it is right now. And you can count on it. Anyway, like I said, so I got to cut this video short. Maybe we'll do 1 or 2 questions real quick, and I'm gonna get going because my car is pretty much ready. It's up on the trailer, but I want to get down to the track, get myself settled in. You understand? And like I said, if you can't make it to the track tonight, Bradenton is Dragway is about 10 minutes from me. Tonight, if you're there, great. Maybe I'll see you there. If not, you'll see this. The race is going to be posted. I think tomorrow morning. Andrew's going to post these on his channel, Tesla Plaid channel. Looks like Plaid to me, but Plaid channel. Just go look that up. I sent the link to all of you with regard to that. What exchange is good with crypto? I've used Coinbase for many years. I've never had a problem with Coinbase. So I mean, I'm sure there's other ones. This is me. So you can make up your mind on that. Anyway, that's going to be it, people. I do the Bank of Japan. Well, what do you want to know about the Bank of Japan? They've been rigging this whole freaking setup now. It seems like since time immemorial, and I can promise you they're not done either. It's absolutely insane. All right, I got to go. Love all of you from the heart. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your support. Thank you for those thumbs up. Share the videos. Those thumbs up, so valuable. Please give the video a thumbs up. I want to hear from you. What do you think about the things that we've discussed here? And are you happy about the guitar? I told you I was going to put them back. I started off with 1. All right. Love you a lot, people. See you in the morning.